Hey, what's up, guys? Well, I finally did it. I finally made it old enough to retire. Now I'm free. Now I can enjoy my freedom. Oh, fuck. My knees are killing me. My back. Oh, God. Oh, I'm just so glad I got to retire. I tell you, the work I did in my life, hard labor, man. My body's shot. Well, I guess I got a few more decades to go, and then it's time to go in the grave. Alright, guys, love you all, and hopefully I'll be alive for a next upload. Peace out.
Being treated on the basic of looks, how you look. Already how somebody looks, already to some people, they already figure out what that person is when it may or may not even be true. They don't even know the person, they never even got to, chat with the person, but already just by how that person looks, they already know he's a certain type of someone, whether he's a piece of shit or a good person or whatever. It's funny. Serial killers, for example, right away when you see like a mugshot of a serial killer, you look at him and you're like, oh shit, yeah, he's a weirdo. He looks like a weirdo. But the thing is, you can't always go by looks, because there's some crazy people like that look perfectly normal. That look like an actual chill, peaceful dude. Meanwhile, he's a serial killer. So he just looks fool you. You can't always go by how a person looks. You have to go of who the person is. Just like with race. Automatically he's a certain race that, them people are racist to. He's automatically a piece of shit. Meanwhile, he may not even be. It goes in that position, in that direction too. People think they have the answer to everything without even getting to see what's on the inside of a person. Instead, just of how the person looks on the outside, we already have that person figured out, when really, no, we don't. We have no idea what that person's capable of, or what that person's, everyone has a story to tell. Everyone in this world pretty much has a story to tell of what happened to them, or, what everyone experiences different things. But right away we jump the gun, and it's like we already can assume that guy's a piece of shit. He looks like a weirdo. He looks like a rapist, a pedophile, whatever. Meanwhile, it may not even be the case. There could be someone that looks normal and may just be a pedophile, rapist, and serial killer and all that crap. So that's where you go. You just can't let looks fool you. That's the thing. Truth is, you can't trust nobody. Just that somebody looks nice doesn't mean he's nice. And just that somebody looks odd doesn't mean he's probably odd. He may be, may not be. You don't know. You can't go by the looks. You can't let the looks fool you. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people be like, hey, he looks like a nice guy. Your good girls, for example, be like, he looks like a handsome fellow, whatever the hell. Meanwhile, you don't know what's really on the inside of that person. The outside looks good, or doesn't look like a creep or whatever, but how do we know what the inside is? We take looks too far. And what I'm trying to say by that is, it's like, just by how somebody looks, we already know that person on the inside, when no, we don't. And it's just, this is how crazy shit starts to happen. These girls trust these certain type of dudes because they look good, they look like a normal, casual dude, and that's where he may just be a psycho. It just works both ways. And people basically let looks fool you. Also, society favors good, people that look good looking or whatever, rather than how you really look in the inside. It's all just favoring on your appearance. This goes back really to featureism, where we're only judged about our appearance. And it's fucked up. Me personally, I'm not like that. I don't look at anyone or respect anybody because of their looks. I respect the person for what's on the inside of the person. The person's a good person, nice person. That's where I look at. I don't really care about the looks. I don't really care about the person's size, the person's race. I could give two shits about any of that. It's deeply of what's inside that person is where I'm looking for. That's where I'm looking for the info, I guess you could say. But that's the thing. That's not how society acts. We act like we already know, we could already figure that person out just by looking at them. Sometimes you just might, but you can't always say that's the way to do it, because it's not. There's a lot of people that look normal and they're not normal. Well, then again, who's normal really in today's life? But you get what I'm trying to say. Normal, like, people think he doesn't look like the type that would be a killer or a rapist or whatever. Meanwhile, that's the thing. You can't go by looks. You can't. You know, sometimes the people that actually look the most innocent are the ones that aren't innocent. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes some people that you may find creepy that look like freaks may just be innocent and have nothing to do. Like, they don't do anything bad, or, you know, but, you know, it's like the opposite. But at the same time, you just can't go by the looks. There's going to be sometimes you hear on the news, a guy did this, a guy did that, and you look at them, and yeah, sometimes they do look weird, and you'll be like, oh, that's not a surprise. But it also works the other way around, where the guy may just look like a normal, casual dude, and then that's where we get stunned. That's where you got to say to yourself, you can't let looks fool you. It's not always about looks. It's really not about looks. You know, looks mean absolute nothing. I could be a white guy, and I am a white guy, and I could be the biggest douchebag. Now, I'm not saying I am a douchebag, but I'm just saying. Just that I'm a, you know. It's like, for example, people claim black people known to be the most criminals, you know. Like if you see a criminal, you know he's got to be a black guy. Like, you get like that type of thing. And the thing is, it's not, you know, there's white criminals too. Like, poor black people get the rap, like, known that they're the ones that are the most shady. Meanwhile, all race are shady. Every race comes in a shady type. There's white race. I'm trying to say is there's white people that do shady things. There's black people that do shady things. There's every race that does a shady thing. There's a good and bad of every race. That's just the truth. There's a good and bad in every race. And whoever disagrees on that, it's just stupid, because this ain't no opinion. It's just a fact. There's a good and bad in every race. There's a piece of shit white person. There's a good white person. There's a piece of shit black person. There's a good black person. You know, it's just, you can't, say, oh, that person's a certain color, that automatically now he's a piece of shit. I don't want you hanging with him. It's just fucked up. That's what's really racist and fucked up, because that person could be cool and all, and due to his skin color or race, or, well, yeah, race, same shit. Due to that, you're not looking at what's in the inside of that person. You're just looking on what's the outside of that person, and right there you're looking at that as a red flag, when it's really not even a red flag. But meanwhile, some people let a person hang with a white person when that white person might just be a douchebag. But, oh, he's white, so what? You know. People are just fucking stupid, dude. I don't look at the outside. I would never look at the outside. I always look in the inside. That's just who I am. That's how I'm always going to be, because it's just, I feel that's what's right. It's just the mature thing to really do. And that's the thing. We're immature. Don't care if you're fat. I don't care if you're skinny. I don't care if you're whatever. Long hair, no hair, bald, whatever. You know, I don't know, man. People fucking amaze me, man. It's really fucking amaze me. It's also almost like another example of people's size. Some people being bigger than others, whether it's muscular, heavier, or both, or whatever. Automatically, a person that looks brolic, like, you know, big, juice up, no one's gonna fuck with them because that guy's big, he could kick ass. Meanwhile, yes, having those muscles, you have strength, you have power, but doesn't mean you're gonna know how to fight. There's people that could be thin or thinner than you or whatever, and they'll still whoop your ass because they know certain moves. So this is like another perfect example of saying you can't let looks or size always matter, because it doesn't always mean everything. You know, the person has strength, the person has muscle, yeah, but does he know how to fight? If he knows how to fight, then yeah, maybe he has advantage because of his size, and he knows how to fight. But if he it's just a big person, like big muscular dude, but has no idea how to fight or never even experienced how to fight, and just doesn't know what to do, then someone that knows how to fight or end up kicking the big dude's ass and then make that guy look like a jackass because you got beat up by that wimp. But really, because that wimp knows how to fight, knows moves, knows karate, imagine, but just moves, and maneuvers how to handle fight, like hitting and shit. While the other guy don't. He just thinks because of his size that's gonna help him. It could help you if you knew how to fight. You definitely have a better advantage, but you can't just say, oh, I'm big, so I'm gonna automatically kick ass. That's just not like Bruce Lee, for example. He was a thin person. Motherfucker fucked up pretty much anyone that came in his face. I mean, he was toned. He was like really cut up, but very thin. But still, he still kicked ass. Hoo-yah! You get what I'm trying to say? This is what I'm trying to say, where all this adding up is you can't judge people of how they look, what race they are, the features of that person. It's really of what they know and what's in the inside of that person. That's what you really got to judge and determine in that way, if that's make any sense, which I find that it does. Now, I always say in my eyes, I don't believe in anyone being ugly, because there's always somebody out there that may find you attractive. I may not find, let's say, you attractive, but it doesn't mean somebody else won't. Like there'll be someone else out there that probably does. So really, it's all just, when you really come to think about it, it's all an illusion of people's opinions. Like, I don't like how that person looks. She ugly, she too fat or whatever. Meanwhile, another person digs that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's people that are going to probably say I'm ugly. And I really, it doesn't hurt me. It is what it is, But then there's going to be other people that think different. And hey, everyone has their own opinion. And that's exactly really what it is. It's an opinion. If I say that person's not attractive looking, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's a proven fact, because there's going to be someone else out there to disagree. So really, it's all just everyone's opinion. It's all just, I guess you could say, it's sort of like an illusion. I don't find her hot, pretty, or anything, but somebody else just might. So there's always somebody perfect in their eyes. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's always someone that'll find you attractive. There's going to always be someone that say you're not attractive. You can sometimes be the hottest dude, let's just say, or hottest girl, and you'll still get some people that'll disagree or whatever. It's all just really an illusion. So, like, this is what I'm trying to say, whereas I don't really believe in ugly. And with that being said, if I say somebody's ugly, it doesn't really mean it's a fact. It's just, everyone has a different taste in shit. And I admit, same here with me. I have a different taste. I may not like this certain someone, or I may like this certain someone, but it may be a different story for someone else, That's where I'm trying to put that as, and without trying to be confusing. And if so, I do apologize. But, yeah. It's like also really saying about a video game, oh, that game's trash. It's really just your opinion. You don't like the game, but the other person might like the game. So you're saying this, whatever specific game, whatever game it is, I'm not really going into detail, but let's say I say this game's trash. That's just my opinion. I don't like the game. I think it's stupid, but that's just my opinion. Someone else may love the game. I like playing Minecraft. Someone else may say that game sucks, or Fortnite, or whatever. It's just our own opinion on things. That's all that really is when you really think about it, So it really goes the same with looks, too. But there is something that isn't an opinion, that is a proven fact, whether people want to accept it or don't accept it. And I'm going to say it right about now. Life sucks. It sucks. Whoever tells you differently is an idiot. Just that you have a good life doesn't mean life doesn't suck. Because, all right, let's say you're doing good in life. Someone else could be suffering from whatever type of illness it might be. Cancer, financial, money problems and shit. So life's not really good for everybody. Now, life truly sucks, and I look at that as a fact because it's just not even. It's not equal. It's not equal. We should all deserve to be happy. We should all deserve to do what we want to do, and that's the thing. Not everyone has that ability. That's why I find life sucks. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. We all need to eat in order to survive. Drink too. Drinking's even more important. Water. You actually could go longer without eating than you could without drinking water. Water you really need. And you literally starve or get really dehydrated because you don't have a piece of paper. Let's say you're homeless and you got to look around for food in garbage cans or not. No one deserves to starve. This is where I say life sucks, and yet they always say life's a gift. If life's a gift, why are there people living in the streets, freezing in the winter months, having nowhere to stay warm, having nowhere to stay sheltered? You know, I mean, they have shelters, but still, deserve better, man. You know, all this money we donate, you think it would go to help poor homeless people. It's all just, you know, greed. It's all bullshit. The government always cry they're broke. Meanwhile, I always say this, how the fuck are you broke when you invented this shit to begin with? They're the ones that basically created the game, and we're the idiots following along in the game. That's exactly it. We're like you know, it's like you're playing a video game, you're controlling your character. We're like the character. We're obeying the government. We're programmed. They programmed to do this. Here we are, like idiots, have no choice. Complete rat race, chasing the cheese, but instead of really the cheese, we're chasing the money. Trying to grab that money. I want to grab it. I want to grab it. We all need to grab it. That's why it's called a rat race. This is where I say it's just a proven fact. At least in my opinion, I have to say it's a proven fact that life fucking sucks in that way. Now, there's people that also say life is full of ups and downs. I'm not saying that's not true. But some people just always have downs and they never sadly bring themselves back up because their problems are so severe that it doesn't always allow it that way. And there are people that do suffer from whatever it is, and they do, luckily, and you know, I'm happy for them, that do actually see light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes there is light at the end of the tunnel, but that's not always the case, sadly. There are people that suffered and all of a sudden, many years down the line, somehow they get out of that situation and they're doing better. That does happen. I'm not saying it don't, but what I'm trying to say out of that is it doesn't always happen. There are people that unfortunately just won't ever have it good in this life. You know what I'm saying? And this is why people unfortunately just want to check out, because they just see already what's going to be, and what's the point, you know? And of course I'm not recommending anyone to do that, but I'm just saying life is just not even. It's not equal. There's happy people, there's miserable people, there's envious people. And that's what makes life suck, because we live in a world where we're not equaled. If that's even a word, equaled. It is now, I made it up, but you know, he's rich, I'm poor. I'm poor, he's filthy rich. He's incredibly rich. It's not even. And this is why people get jealous. This is why people kill one another. This is why life's just a complete circus. And this is why I don't want no part of this bullshit. And sadly, here I am, gotten to deal with it for pretty much decades and decades and decades. Unless I somehow die. And it's not like I want to die, but at the same time, living this life, maybe dying ain't so bad after all, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's getting really dark. I think it's going to rain. Every time I make a friggin' video, it always has to rain. I mean, it ain't raining as I speak, but it is getting dark. Looking like it's going to rain. They did say some severe thunderstorms. But, yeah, anyway, guys, I hope I comfort you all watching this video. And, yeah, we'll see you soon. If you have any more video requests, please leave them down below. Trying to get to as many as possible. And, yeah. Love you all, guys. Truly appreciate you all for the support. Almost hitting 5,000 subs. Can't thank you all enough for that. Never expected that. You know, I'm speechless, honestly. And, you know, I really can't thank you all enough. If I could literally jump out of the screen and give you all a hug right now, I would. You know, for appreciating, you know, I appreciate you people for, you know, really enjoying watching the videos. And it makes me happy knowing that I'm making a lot of people feel better, you know, because they're not alone and shit. So that makes me happy. And in return, you're doing the same favor to me. So I definitely want to say thank you for that as well. So, you know, anyway, going to be calling it a day for now. Love you all. Take it easy. Peace out.